Look at this humble box of crackers. It looks innocent enough. But by the year 2026, this box is going to change forever. And it's not because of a rebrand. It's because of a secret war. A war between your brain and the trillion-dollar food industry. For decades, companies have been lying. Well, not lying exactly. They've been using health halos. Take this all-natural fruit snack. It contains zero actual fruit, but you bought it anyway. Why? Because the labels were designed to trick you. Until right now, the FDA is finally fed up. They're launching a massive redesign. It's called front of package labeling. And Big Food is absolutely panicking. They're spending millions to stop it. But the clock is ticking. To understand why, we have to look at the 1990s. Back then, labels were a mess. You needed a PhD to read them, so the government stepped in. They created the Nutrition Facts Panel. It was supposed to be a revolution, but there was a giant loophole. The information was hidden on the back. Companies realized something brilliant. If people don't look at the back, we can say whatever we want on the front. They started using vague buzzwords, words that don't actually mean anything. Like craft or artisan, or the biggest lie of all, low fat. When they took the fat out, the food tasted like cardboard. So they replaced it with sugar. Tons and tons of sugar. But the front still said healthy. Consumers were confused. Obesity rates started to climb, like really fast. Chronic diseases followed. The healthcare system was breaking, and Big Food was getting rich. They had perfected the dark arts of labeling until a small country had an idea. Chile. In 2016, Chile looked at their kids and realized they were in trouble. They decided to stop being polite. They invented the stop signs. If a food was high in sugar, it got a black stop sign right on the front. No more hiding. High in salt? Stop sign. High in saturated fat? Stop sign. The food industry was horrified. They said it would ruin business. They said it was too scary. But something amazing happened. People actually stopped buying the junk. Purchases of sugary drinks plummeted by nearly 25%. And here's the best part. The companies started changing the food. They didn't want the black mark of shame. This is called reformulation. It's the holy grail of public health. If you make the labels scary, the food becomes healthy to compensate. Now, other countries are joining in. Mexico, Brazil, Canada. They're all saying enough is enough. Which brings us back to America, the land of the free and the home of the very confused. In 2022, the White House held a summit. They discussed a national strategy to end hunger and reduce disease, and their secret weapon, the front of package system. The FDA is testing designs right now. Design number 1, the traffic light. Green means go ahead and eat it. Yellow means maybe just a little. Red means you're playing with fire, buddy. Design number 2, the warning label. High in sodium. High in added sugars. Design number 3, the facts up front. This is what Big Food prefers. Can you guess why? Because it's boring. It doesn't use scary colors like red. It just uses neutral grays and blues. It's designed to be noise. If everything looks like a boring math problem, you'll stop looking and just buy the chips. But the FDA is smarter than that. They're doing eye tracking studies. They're watching exactly where you look. And guess what? We are hardwired to avoid red. Red means danger. Red means stop. If that cereal box is glowing red, your brain sends an alarm signal. This is Big Food's worst nightmare. Because their business model depends on frictionless eating, you shouldn't think. You should just grab and chew and repeat. Warning labels introduce friction. They make you pause for 2 seconds. That's all it takes to break the spell. So, 2026 is the dead drop date. But wait, why does it take so long? Because lawyers, lots and lots of lawyers, they're arguing that labels violate free speech. They claim the government can't force them to speak, especially not to speak negatively about themselves. It's a legal battle for the ages, but there's a secret reason for the delay. Supply chains. Changing every label in America is a gargantuan task. Millions of dollars in printing plates. Thousands of designers working overtime. It's a logistical nightmare. But some companies are moving early. They want to look like the good guys. They're cleaning up their recipes right now. Dropping sugar levels by 10% here. Cutting sodium by 5% there. Just enough to stay below the warning threshold. This is what the FDA wants. They don't want to punish the companies. They want to nudge them. A nudge toward health. But what about you? How will your shopping trip change? Imagine walking down the cereal aisle. Today, it's a sea of healthy claims. Whole grain, fiber-rich, superfood. In 2026, it will look like a minefield. You'll see the real cereal, the kind with 40 grams of sugar per flake. It will have a giant red warning. You'll look at it, and for the first time, you might feel a little guilty, or at least informed. And that's exactly what Big Food is afraid of. They know that shame sells less than joy. But wait, there's a twist. Some experts say this won't work. They call it label fatigue. If everything has a warning, then nothing has a warning. Like those California cancer warnings on buildings. Do you even read those anymore? Of course not. You just walk inside. The food industry is counting on this. They hope you'll get used to the red labels. They hope you'll just stop caring. But the data from Chile says otherwise. The effects didn't wear off. People stayed scared. Because buying food is a habit. And warning labels are habit breakers. It forces your brain to wake up. Hey, that's a lot of salt. Do you really want that heart attack? That split second of thought is powerful. But there's another secret reason for the change. It's not just about health. It's about international trade. American food is exported everywhere. If other countries have strict labels and the US has none, American products look dangerous overseas. European consumers won't buy it. Latin American consumers won't buy it. Big Food is losing market share. They realized they had to change to keep making money globally. It's a race to the center, where everyone agrees on one label. But don't expect this to be easy. Companies are already finding new loopholes. This is where it gets crazy. They're using artificial sweeteners. Sweeteners don't count as added sugar labels, so the box can still say no added sugar, even if it's 100 times sweeter than a lollipop. We're replacing one problem with another. It's a game of cat and mouse. The FDA writes a rule. The companies jump over it. The FDA builds a wall. The companies dig a tunnel. And you're caught in the middle. So, what can you do? First, ignore the front of the box. The front is an advertisement. The back is the truth. Look for the ingredient list. If it's longer than this video, put it back. Second, watch out for fruit juice concentrate. That's just a fancy word for sugar. It sounds healthy, but your liver doesn't know the difference. Third, be wary of the health halo. Just because it says gluten-free doesn't mean it's a vegetable. In 2026, the game changes. But until then, you are the detective. Don't let them trick you. Don't let them nudge you into a heart attack. Because Big Food doesn't care about your health. They care about sales volatility. They care about shareholder value. And they care about retention. Just like this video. Only, we want you to be informed. They want you to be addicted. So, keep your eyes open. When those labels change, take it as a challenge. Can you find a meal with 0 warnings? It's harder than it looks. The grocery store is a psychological war zone. Every color is a tactic. Blue means trust. Green means earth. Yellow means happy. And 2026 adds a new color, reality. It's the most important label of all. Because at the end of the day, the FDA can't force you to eat better. They can only give you the map. You have to drive the car and avoid the accidents. So, the next time you shop, look for that health halo. And then, look closer. You might be surprised at what you find. It might not be food at all. It might just be edible chemistry. And that's why 2026 matters. It's the end of the lying era. Or, at least, the beginning of the end. Big Food will keep fighting. They'll invent new names for sugar. They'll invent new shapes for boxes. They'll even lobby to change the law. But information is like water. It always finds a way out. And soon, it will be right there in big, bold letters, screaming for your attention. Will you listen? Or will you keep buying? The choice is yours. One sign says, healthy diet. The other says, delicious death. It's a tough decision, especially since those donuts look good. But at least you'll know. You'll know exactly what's inside. No more tricks. No more halos. Just the cold, hard facts. Welcome to the future of shopping. It's going to be a wild ride. So, check those labels. And maybe, just maybe, buy an apple instead. Apples don't need labels. They aren't trying to trick you. I think. See you in 2026.